Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great start to the week. It is Monday, and we are going to be discussing some severe weather outbreaks to just continue. We're not going to see a break in severe weather for a while here, and we're also going to be discussing a huge cold front, and this is all going to bring that severe weather to the central U.S. Across the United States. It's also going to bring a little bit of a cool down from some heat from some people. So welcome. So before we get into this here, make sure to subscribe. Again, we are only a few you're now under 40 away from the huge 20,000 mark, so hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It'll be very much appreciated there. But again, we're looking at today's severe weather. We do have multiple slight risks for severe weather today. That is including portions of the central United States, even into the South and Ohio Valley. So this is not going to be a big risk for severe weather. However, it is going to be quite the widespread risk here. So slight risk including Nebraska, South Dakota, even into Wyoming there. Also some including the panhandle of Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado as well, and also down here into the Ohio Valley. You do have a risk for tornadoes today, a 2% risk for tornadoes there. Not a big risk, but there's a chance there. So just keep that weather aware and just in mind in place. There's that wind risk. You have 15% chance within those storms. You could see 60-mile-per-hour winds and stuff like that. We do have a big hail risk up there up north. We do have a significant chance. You could see 2-inch plus size hail. Otherwise, more of those 15% chance regions and those 5% chance, you're only going to see around quarter-sized hail if there's even hail that does spawn in the storm. Tomorrow's outlook is going to be a lot more escalated on the risk scale, including some of the same areas here. We do have enhanced risk for Nebraska and Kansas. And this is going to be for mainly wind and hail, but tornadoes is also one of those threats. And also you can see, look at that marginal risk and also the slight risk. Very widespread risk here for severe thunderstorms for tomorrow as well. I may even live stream for this, so stay tuned for that. There's that tornado risk. We do have a widespread 5% chance there for tornadoes within some of those storms tomorrow. So definitely stay weather aware in that 5% chance for tornadoes, and stay tuned tornado warnings especially. Here's that wind risk. We do have a 30% chance here for upwards of 75-mile-per-hour winds within that chance region, and also 15% chance, 5% chance, more of 60-mile-per-hour winds possible. For the hail risk, we do have one of those main threats for hail is going to be a significant chance here for 2-inch plus size hail. Even 3-inch size hail could be possible within some of those storms. Day 3, we may or may not get a severe weather. On day 3, which is Wednesday, we may or may not get a break from severe weather. There's going to be some weak severe weather possible in some areas, but not very widespread. So possibly a break, or this may even be upgraded in future outlooks. We don't know much about Wednesday or Thursday or Friday yet. But we'll keep a close eye on it. Speaking of Thursday and Friday risks here, we do have chances here. So for day 4, which is Thursday, there's a large area of a 15% chance here. We could see a severe weather risk here for Thursday. And also for Friday, it's just going to be a full week of severe weather here. So also another chance for severe weather risks down there in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. So we're going to have to watch those closely as well. These are usually issued when they are going to be confident that there is going to be some severe weather outbreaks happening in the future, but not really much details to those yet, but we will get more details as they come in. Let's look at the future radar from the HRRR model, or aka the HRRR model. As you can see, this is going to be about this afternoon, so about 4 p.m. Time and date is in the top right corner. As you can see, we are going to be seeing storms continue early this afternoon across portions of the Ohio Valley, even heading into the evening hours there. More of those storms are expected to develop in the central U.S. Later this evening into the overnight hours, so definitely watch out for those. Those will be hitting in the dark hours, so you won't be able to see much out there except heavy rain and lightning. Again, tornado warnings could be possible overnight, but they're not really that likely, so just keep an eye on those storms. They could be damaging with hail and wind. But as we head into tomorrow, we get into around the early morning hours of tomorrow, still some storms existing around Arkansas, Oklahoma, and then we head into around 12 p.m., 1 p.m. There's still not much storms yet, but we do see some storms firing up there in South Dakota, Nebraska, and then those storms really start to fire up there in Kansas around 8 p.m. or so, and then those really do just continue here across 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Those storms really start to get stronger here with possible tornadoes, damaging winds, and hail. And by 12 a.m., 1 a.m., still some very strong storms that do head towards the Oklahoma City area. And as you head towards 2 a.m., 3 a.m., still very strong storms that do head throughout Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma. And by 6 a.m. of June 8th, which is Wednesday, we do see a very large area of heavy rain and thunderstorms there for the early morning hours. So places in southern Missouri could see a very stormy morning for Wednesday there. Again, St. Louis could also see some of those storms Wednesday morning. And then we don't have much details for Wednesday's severe weather risk, Thursdays or Fridays, but we will get more details again as we get closer to those events. Now, this is the outlook from the Weather Prediction Center for today's. As you can see, we are going to be seeing those severe thunderstorms in the yellow shaded areas. That's including the central U.S. and also portions of the Ohio Valley there. And as we take a look here at the surface observations, as you can see, we do have multiple low pressure systems along this cold front that's bringing that severe weather there. And that's going to be keep diving south. Also, rain and thunderstorms possible in much of those green shaded areas as well. More just steady rain in more of the shaded areas and not the gridded areas there. So as you can see, we headed to day 2, which is tomorrow. Possible flooding by the Weather Prediction Center there in the red. So you definitely need to be weather aware overnight there into from Tuesday into Wednesday, especially across Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, and Kansas. As you can see, we saw that a lot of that rain and thunderstorms across the area. That's what they are concerned about flash flooding. So still some thunderstorms possible, and then those kind of leftover storms head into the area, bringing a lot of that flash flooding. And then day 3, it looks like to be getting a little more quieter. Not many storms expected, but still a lot of rain across the region for day 3, which will be Wednesday. As you heard, we had we have PTC-1 that is now Tropical Storm Alex head over southern Florida, which not many winds, but there was a ton of rainfall that did fall from it. In those blues, you are going to be talking about upwards of 12 inches of rainfall. Imagine a foot of snowfall, and all that was rainfall that did fall in southern Florida. This is not future, but this was way past about a few days ago as it's passed over Florida. So definitely there was quite the flooding in Miami. Also, Key West did see quite a bit of rainfall over near Fort Myers and Naples. Did see quite a bit of flooding as well. And Florida is not very high on the sea level. So that's why you see so much flooding usually in Florida when these type of systems head over that region. There's usually quite a bit of flooding, especially in Miami, just because there's not much elevation to Florida. It's really the water content at Florida's dirt is very high, so usually it floods pretty easily, even with like 3 inches of rainfall in some areas. That does flood very easily. Now, I do think they're implementing more on better drainage in more populated cities, so that may fix some of those problems for flooding in Florida. But some of these systems may not look dangerous, but they are dangerous in some factors like rainfall and not just wind. We do have a slight risk for flash flooding in that area again for Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, and Kansas. So in that yellow area, you could see possible flash flooding. And look at that, more flash flooding possible for the Miami area. Once again for day 2, again, that's going to be for Tuesday, tomorrow. So definitely stay weather aware there in both of those areas there. Again, I think there's just a lot of rainfall passing over the Miami area, so because there's still flash flooding possible for the next 3 days or so. So then day 4 and day 5, there's not much excessive rainfall possible for those areas. So just mainly day 2 for tomorrow, and also today into even Wednesday, possible flooding, but really not anything significant is expected. But just stay weather aware. If you did enjoy the storm update on the, severe weather outbreaks going over the U.S. and also flash flooding, possible severe weather outbreaks, cold front bringing cooldowns to a lot of the U.S. People, but make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new and turn on post notifications. You won't miss a single update on any extreme weather across the United States or even approaching the U.S. like we have like we had a tropical storm Alex here. It is expected to weaken here into more of a post-tropical cyclone and then eventually weaken out to pretty much ashes. But that'll be disappearing quickly. We do not know when we could see Bonnet or not. We don't really know where it's going to be. We don't have much signal that we could see anytime soon. So we'll keep you updated on the tropics as they do get active and active. They will get more active as we head throughout the season here, especially as we head throughout mid-July into August into September. That's when it really gets active, and that's when we typically do the most tropical videos on the channel. So stay tuned for those, and I will keep you updated for anyone that lives across the East Coast, Gulf Coast here, even Central America, the Caribbean. I will keep you guys all updated on the Atlantic hurricane season. Also like the video. Again, we're almost to 20,000 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe. But as always, I'll see you in the next one, and stay safe.